Hi, everyone. I wanted to just share a little bit about some new features that I found really useful for business, for particularly for my design business recently. I downloaded the iOS 15 on my iPad and my iPhone. Apparently, the Mac version of this operating system is coming fairly soon-ish. I kind of forgot to check when that is going to happen. But I was particularly interested in a couple of features. One was called Quick Note or Quick Notes, and the other one is Focus. And the Focus one is right here. But the first one I wanted to mention because it's super quick is Quick Note. And basically, it's a way to, even if you have another app open, let me open one, but for example, like files or something. And then if I wanted to write a quick note related to the whatever I have open, whether it's Safari or whatever it happens to be, I can sort of swipe up from the lower right-hand corner, and it will pop up with this cute little quick note thing, test note. And you can also, if you have an Apple Pencil, you can actually start or writing in there as well, or write note, you can literally write words or images or whatever, and then you can basically just send it to yourself, and it will go directly into your Notes app. So that's pretty sweet. And you can find it in there, and it's actually sort of almost pinned to the top, and it's in a new section called Quick Notes. So I wanted to mention that in case you're like sort of in the middle of a huge thing and you're like, oh crap, I need to remember to get some milk at the grocery store. You can swipe that up, put that in a quick note, and then it'll go right into your Notes app. So the other one I wanted to mention that is going to be really useful, I I will actually kind of show you how to create a test one, which will be easier, but just to show you, it comes with some basic ones like do not disturb. It comes with one that's called sleep, one that's called personal, and you can create or sort of tweak those versions. You can also create a custom focus workspace. So in my mind, I think of it as workspaces, but basically you're setting parameters for the kind of communications you want to receive while that focus is set. So you sort of turn on that focus, and you can, as you can see here, I can turn it on for an hour until this evening, until I leave this location. You can set up all sorts of cool parameters. In my case, let's just do a custom one. And also, as you can see, there's even more available that are sort of templates. There's a fitness one, a mindfulness one, a reading one, so all sorts of cool stuff. So I'm going to create a custom one, and I'm just going to call it Test Focus. And I'm just going to change the color, and I'll just put like, oh, how about a dog? That's cute. Okay, so you kind of walk through the settings really quickly, and then you can kind of go back into it and go into even more settings. But you can allow certain people to be able to communicate with you and notify you via like text message or something like that, or get calls from them. So, for example, if you are, you know, if you need to make sure that you have an emergency contact for, like, say, your mother or your child, and you want them to be able to sort of break through your workspace and communicate with you, particularly in case of an emergency, then you can set that here. So in this case, I'm just going to say allow none for this test case. But again, you can just pop in there and say add person and add whoever. So also, you can specify specific apps that you want to be able to notify you when that focus is set to on. So for example, let's say I want to make sure that I get my emails. Where would that be? Oh, it's not emails. Actually, Some apps do not have this capability yet, or at least that's the way it seems because not everything is available here. But let's just say I want um, my client portal to be able to notify me. Like, for example, if somebody fills out one of my forms, then I'll get a notification about that, and that can break through. So I have that there. So then you can also allow apps not in your allowed list to send notification if they are marked as time sensitive. So that's another thing you can say yes. That's if it's something urgent, say from a client or whatever, then you can do that. And then it'll just go ahead and say, all right, you're ready to roll, um, which is not technically the case because you can actually go in and edit even more things. So what this is telling you is it's basically available across all your devices at the moment. You can actually turn that off if you only want it to be set to, say, your phone or your iPad or whatever. You can control it quickly from your control center, and that is right here. So if you're swiping down from the upper right hand corner of your screen, you'll see your control center, and it's sort of in the middle left over there. Okay, so choose your home screen. That is actually one of the coolest things about this. One of the things I find distracting on my phone is the Facebook app shows me how many notifications I've missed in the last whatever half hour, and I find that distracting. So if I was going to make this a working, focused type of workspace, basically, I would set some different parameters to make sure that I can't see all of my crap on my home screen. So you can tell it, okay, I want you to make my home screen kind of locked down during this time, during the time when I have this focus on. So you can hit that, and you actually will choose which home screen you want. In this case, I I haven't really set this up yet, so I'm just going to choose that one. And then you can hide notification badges on home screen apps. So that's awesome. So that means the Facebook app notification stuff is not going to be there. And then your lock screen, you also have some cool stuff. You can dim the lock screen. So it's not like for example, when you get a notification, it's sort of your home screen will light up and sort of show you that notification. You can dim it so it's not as distracting. You can also have this selected where you may have silenced certain notifications, but you can at least show them on the lock screen if you want to. So that's another option. Okay, so then the focus status looks like it's either on or off. Um, and then you can schedule it if you wish. So for example, let's say you're doing a work thing and you have very specific work hours from like 9 to 5. You can set it so that this is a work time and it goes from X time to X time, or like literally if you like go to work, you can set it so that your location is what it's tracking. So that's another option. You can also do some more interesting things with smart stuff. Like you can sort of set it up with the shortcuts app on your iPad or your phone, and you can have this thing turn your lights on when you get home or whatever you would like it to do if you have smart devices. So that's pretty sweet. So I'll just leave that as is, and you can also, of course, delete the focus too. So I wanted to just show you what this looks like in practice. So let's say I don't want to have any icons showing up on my home screen. If you notice, I can't actually go over to my other screen where I had all those icons before. That's because I'm in this focus space. And basically, until I get out of it, I'll just go over to my personal one, which will show my whole screen. So it shows all of my stuff. So, and again, it's really nice for just kind of setting it and forgetting it until you're ready to sort of switch focus to whatever other activity you're doing. So I set mine up just briefly where I've got a work one, a hardcore work one, where I'm not going to get any notifications whatsoever. That's for when I really, really need to concentrate on something that's super important. But I also have a biz comms one, which is telling me that I'm able to get all the communications I normally would. I haven't locked any of that down. So I can get notifications from my client portal, my email, all of that sort of thing. So then, like with the sleep one, I think that's really locked down and it's more of like a do not disturb type of thing. And the personal one, I think I have it set up so that I can see stuff like my fitness app information and things like that. I need to set that one up a little bit further, and I'd like to do a fitness focused one also. So, anyway, I figured I'd mention that in case it helps anyone else with their productivity because I think it's great. All right, thanks, guys.